sometimes Afurakan, but my surname, no, not always. Now is Mohari. It used to be Apani back in the day. I've gone through so many name changes, guys. Like, apartheid really fucked us over, you know? Like, you know, I was exiled to Hammanskraal. I mean, people get exiled to New York, you know, and freaking Rotterdam, and like London. I get exiled to Hammanskraal, boss. I mean, anyway, shout out to Mangope, you know. Shit was cool back in the day. Mangope had the first BRT, you know, don't hate. He had the first professional recording studios, Bob Studios. He had the first proper world-class stadium, OD Stadium, you know. And I spoke Afrikaans all my life. And I came to Joburg and I couldn't speak a word of English. Maar I was praat, yeah? Ek kon praat, savor Afrikaans. Like, ja, goeiemiddag meneer, hoe gaan het? Ja, ek weet, ek is 'n kaffer, ja. You know, and I came back to Joburg and I discovered hip-hop, guys. You know, back in the day. Snoop Dogg, that was my thing, you know. Dr. Dre, you know, NWA, Biggie, Pac. Now I just play instrumentals because I realized, like, those guys were funky as hell. Like, Biggie, Dreams of Ing and R&B. Have you guys listened to those lyrics? Like, recently? Okay, clearly. You are still woke. Tina, we are post-woke, you know. There's another level called post-woke. Anyway, welcome to the J&B Hive. This is Word and Sound in the Shrine. Big up to J&B for having us. This is a format that we started last month called The Shrine, and the idea is to bring poetry and music into the same room, you know. I think for us as Word and Sound, music has always been a fundamental part of spoken word, beyond musicians not having a platform and jacking our stage. But I think if you look at the relationship throughout history as poets, you know, we've always influenced music, we've influenced writing, and poetry is not always spoken, you know. Sometimes it's sung, sometimes, you know, it comes out as R&B, sometimes it comes out as a scat, you know. So for us, words and sound are like symbiotic. Is that the word? Thank you, good doctor. See? People with PhDs, thank you. Thank you. And they're young. You're like 25 with a PhD. 23. They're sorry. It's Word and Sound Festival 8. I mean, it's 8 years of this crazy dream that we have been pushing. It's been challenging, it's been difficult. There's been ups and downs, but there's also been amazing victories, you know. So I think influencing the South African poetry scene and trying to make it sustainable, trying to make it universally appealing and visible is a challenge that, you know, our government should be doing, but really they're not. So when we saw Koleka Putuma on the cover of Forbes Africa Under 30 earlier this year, that for us was testament that we are moving in the right direction. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for supporting Word and Sound over the last 8 years. We're looking forward to year 10, you know, a decade of spoken word. We don't have any other institutions in this country that are over 10 years old. A lot of people give up on their dreams when the shit gets hard, you know, when the money doesn't come in. And we look forward to year 20 from there on. We've got an amazing show for you guys tonight. And to give you a taste of what you can expect on Saturday, at the Market Theatre Lab. So we are very, very fortunate. First of all, the one magician who has always supported Word and Sound. The last time we jammed together was a concept called Tang Fu, which we had at the Market Theatre Lab with Chris Redmond from the UK. His name is Lerato Lichaba, aka House of Kumba, aka the Urban Villager, you know. We are grateful for him taking up this challenge tonight to work with some poets and improvise. And this space, that's what the Shrine is about poetry and music and improvising. Also on the lineup, all the way from Canada, the Maple City, an amazing teacher, spoken word artist, spiritualist, yogi. What are you not? Swifty Whirler, you know, she does a lot of things. Her name is Tanya Evanson. She's in the house tonight, all the way from Canada. And then we also have Lizette What is your surname? It's in two parts. Maneza. You swear she's from Limpopo, you know. But she's all the way from Belgium. We've got Lizette Maneza in the house. I got to meet her the first time, she reminded me, last year. Yeah. In Rotterdam. We were in Rotterdam last year as part of a EU-funded project. Yeah, and we met. I launched the Broken Man Checkbook in Rotterdam, and she got herself a copy, and she was like, oh my God. And then now you're in my backyard. Also from Namibia, Prince K, the royal one. Don't ask him, just accept it. He's the royal one. Also an amazing poet. He got to interact with Word and Sound. We met him through another EU-funded project. Why is it that the EU is giving us the most money? And not local government, but anyway. I met up with a team in Namibia, in Botswana, and then I got to go to Namibia late last year as well to see some of the work that they do, and he's in the country today. We look forward to what he has. We also have, I mean, you know, our very own back of the yard, Mutle Motive, amazing spoken word artist, training yogi, spiritualist as well, writerlist as well, hot guy, not married still, you know, in a crisp white shirt. Or should I stop now? Oh, okay. Mutle Motive is in the house tonight. And also an amazing writer, performer, and most importantly, arts administrator. I don't think we have enough of those. We have enough talent that gets on stage, but organizing shows, getting money, and making sure the arts business stays lucrative and sustainable. Mutinta Benkele, who has now taken over as the general manager for Word and Sound, and bringing new vision and a fresh perspective to the work that we've been doing over the last 8 years. I'm old, I'm 36 this year, you know, so I'm no longer youth. Unless if I was part of the ANC Youth League, I'd be post-youth, but it's fine. And Word and Sound as a youth-driven organization, it's important that we keep refreshing and making sure that the movement stays fresh. So that's our lineup for tonight. They're all going to be jamming with Lerato Lichaba, and also giving us some of their poetry as well. So it promises to be an amazing freaking night. Hashtag WNS Fest 8, hashtag The Shrine, at Hive J&B, is that the J&B Live, okay, it's over the corner, at J&B Live, at the Hive Joburg, okay. Alright, Hive Joburg, at Hive Joburg, at Word and Sound, at Afurakan, you know, just hook me up, you know, tell them I'm nice. I need a new top, guys, a blue one. I was told by a very non-important person that I'm always in the same top, so I'll take donations, you know. I need a blue one, please. Tell Adidas I'm tired of sponsoring them. Can they sponsor me back? I mean, I got shoes, I got, you know, all of that. Anyway, I'm going to be your host for the night. We normally start with like a crazy energy exercise. We've all had different days from different surroundings, different backgrounds. Others had shitty jobs, you know, so they couldn't wait for 5 o'clock. Others are still single. Others are recently single. Others are recently in love, you know. So I need us to release all of that negative energy that Joburg City has given us. And then from there on, we become empty vessels. And then we're able to then create our own energy and absorb. So we're going to do 2 basic exercises. The first one is the empty chamber, where we're going to release all our stresses. And then afterwards, then we'll build up the energy in the room. You guys ready? Yeah. First one is simple. I'm going to count to 3. You're going to breathe in and out. The second time, you're going to breathe in and you're going to go, ah! But it must come from here, man. From the cartology all the way up into the verbals and outwards. So one time you're allowed to be black in a white space. Anyway, guys ready? Yeah. All right, on a count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. and out. Doesn't that feel better? All right, one more time, but then we do the, 1, 2, 3. And out. One more time. All right, you got it now, right? Right, 1, 2, 3. In and out. Perfect. Now we're gonna build new energy in the room. Slow clap, speed up, start whistling, bang on table, stomp your feet, whistle, make noise. Let us put some life into the space. You guys ready? Let's go. That feels much better. Please help me welcome to the stage to open up tonight an amazing instrumentalist, vocalist, composer, performer, visionary. His latest movement is called The Urban Village, and they're doing amazing work. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and help me and the Water Sound Festival welcome to the stage Mr. Lerato Lichaba.
ina li film kenye men goyana kan ne rile wa hono ai mono mese treja bilete ka haradu men kilatena te kemona tata isa me koroto di toko li fina tente mtuma kuma ai mona me wa bare kinelale ta ure li tiben tena hure iben te ka tiwa kapile mona tele mo hure li te toko me bubelo me higo ilore vedi cara sola tu ma si coarona chiale buabre
Vamos señor Socorro
Good evening.
Hello.
Such an honor to be here. I hope you guys are gonna be good. My performance is mostly on an interventional kind of space, you know, so I don't usually do like normal songs, or, you know, so yeah. What's the song? Am I still good on time?
All right. One more time. Make some noise for Mr. Lerato Lichaba. So the purpose of tonight is improvisation, you know. He's the music, you are the words. So that's the challenge to the poets. So some of their poems that you'll be hearing will be over music, some of them will be a cappella, but that's the challenge that we put out to the poets, that please use him. So I'll be the first one to open the show before we invite Lizette Maneza to come up. A blues for the city. You know, and beyond sound, the blues has a voice as well. And then I'll read a poem, one-liners, and another poem over it. So, and the city has an evolving landscape as well. That's That's the guide. Good luck.